Dave, good morning. Do you have an update on Chris Taylor's ankle?
Right now, he's moving around much better from the training staff to Chris. It's better than he expected. He's just going to kind of keep treating it up, move around, and I expect him to be available if the situation calls at some point in time today.
Any necessary x-rays or MRIs last night on it?
No.
Now, with Chris out of the lineup, at least to start, you have to put, any right-handers that you have in there with Will Smith and as the DH, and then Barnes catching Buehler. What do you like about this lineup tonight against Max Fried?
Well, I like that 8 of the 9 guys, I think it is, they saw him, a few days ago or 5 days ago. I love the battery, and I love getting Will's bat back in there, obviously.
Earlier today, Kike said that this was the most energetic he's ever seen your clubhouse prior to a day game in his entire career as a Dodger. What does that say to you as their manager?
It's their team, and I'm glad that they've taken the momentum from last night into today. And I think for me personally, to get back to playing another game 6 sooner than later is a good thing. So guys are ready. Guys are excited.
There's something about Walker Buehler in a game like this. You guys are the home team, that he just seems to rise to the occasion. How do you like your chances with him on the hill?
Always like him with Walker. He just has a way to, he's shown it throughout his career to step up in big spots and just not get too amped up, knowing how big a particular game might be, and just execute pitches.
Thank you, Dave.
Yes.
Next question's from Dave Vassay. Go ahead.
Dave, how much do you expect Barnes to be able to help Buehler get more in sync than he has been recently with his command?
Yeah, you know what? I'm expecting, Will and Austin do a nice job with Austin. I think it's just more of, I don't think it's really the catcher. Walker just got to continue to execute pitches, and I think he just hasn't been really dialed in as far as kind of being very consistent. But obviously the stuff has been very good, but I really expect him to be good. And obviously him and Austin, their relationship is really good as well.
Thank you.
Next question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, after last outing, Walker just mentioned that he was maybe a little too fine. Does he just seem to be more aggressive and trust his stuff a little bit more?
Well, I know he trusts his stuff. I think that being fine, but Walker, typically pitches on the edges, and he's got really good command. This is a very good fastball hitting team. And so, if you're just going to go after guys, you still got to make good quality pitches with your fastball and sequence the right way. So again, I don't think he's just going to give in with the heater middle, but he's going to still go out there and execute pitches and sequence, and he'll be fine.
You obviously got a balance winning today with the possibility of having a Game 7 tomorrow. Where does sort of Tony Gonsolin fit in?
Tony's available, but it's more, expecting him to pitch tomorrow. I think that right now tonight, I like the options we have tonight.
Is Kenley available today?
Absolutely.
And just looking, I know we asked you last night, but did you get a chance to see on video what he did and what stood out?
It was good. It was as good as I've seen in quite some time. I thought the tempo, I thought the delivery was cleaned up. It was a little bit more smooth. The execution was considerably better. Mixing some breaking balls, some two-seamers, some cutters. So it was really good.
Thank you.
Next question's from Eric Steven. Go ahead.
Dave, with just wondering with Taylor, no MRI or x-rays you said, but last night when you said he was going for testing, is that just like conferring with the trainers, or is there anything more that he did besides perhaps an MRI or an x-ray?
Yeah, Eric, I think it's just more of the trainers putting their hands on him and doing some mobility things, some strength testing. I haven't heard that they did an MRI or an x-ray.
If you did have to do that with a player, Taylor or someone else, is that available like at the stadium? Or I know you guys are in a quote unquote bubble. does a player have to like leave to get that kind of treatment or care? Or is
Yeah,
that
I don't know. I know the X-ray capability is here in-house. As far as MRI machine, I think that's pretty doubtful. So I think any scan would be the X-ray.
Thanks.
Next question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Kike was saying this is about as much energy before a day game as he's seen in his time here as a Dodger. I'm curious if you've noticed anything about just sort of the vibe of the team this morning.
I think that people are excited to get going, and having a kind of a midday game after a night game, I think that's good for us as far as how we finished last night. So no surprise that guys are coming here with energy this morning.
Next question's from Gabe Lacroix.
Hey, Dave. You tried a game plan against a guy like Freddie Freeman, but he's just so talented with the bat. It's so challenging. I mean, what are the challenges of trying to get him out, and what have you seen from him this series that I guess only reinforce what you thought about him already?
It's no surprise how challenging it is. Obviously, trying to get the guys out in front of them are important. You have a guy behind him that's in Ozuna that's in the MVP talk, who's had a tremendous year in series. And now as far as Freddie, he hits left and right. He covers all quadrants, speeds. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think we've pitched him well at times, and I think when we do make mistakes, he's made us pay. So, that's what you get when you're talking about MVP caliber player.
Next question's from Kyle Glaser. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, Dave. Tony has obviously put up some really, really impressive numbers for a young pitcher to start his career. From your vantage point, what is it that makes him as good as he's been?
He's got a good mindset. He's a good competitor. He's got 3+ pitches in the fastball that misses bats in the strike zone. He's got a slider and he's got a changeup. So his command for all 3 of those pitches is really good. He gets left and right out, and it's just been fun to watch him get better each time out there.
You referred to him earlier this year as having the smell like Clayton does. Just what have you seen from him mindset wise, and just kind of his chip on his shoulder, competitive edge on the mound?
Yeah, I think that him being around Clayton and Walker, just seeing how they carry themselves, whether it be in between starts or game day, and he's done a good job of really from the first pitch on learning to attack and trust his stuff all the way through, and we've seen him continue to grow and get better each time.
Thank you.
Yep.
We got time for one more. Go ahead, Barry.
Hey, Doc, how are you?
Doing well, Barry.
So, obviously you're immersed in what you're doing, and I don't even know how much you've been able to pay any attention to what's gone on with the Houston and Tampa series here in San Diego, but I'm just wondering what you feel like maybe being 2 steps away from playing the Astros again in the World Series if they win today and you win. And what do you think of Dusty's part and what's been happening here?
Well, I'm just I'm excited for Dusty. I've got a lot of respect for him and what he's doing. So happy for him. I know it's going to Game 7 today, and it's been a really good series, so that should be fun. As far as who we play, it's just more of us taking care of our own business, and whoever that is, we'll prepare accordingly. But right now, our focus is just on these guys here, the Braves.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.